Yeah.
Gang, back in the stool. Gang, back in the stool. Yeah, nigga, win. How can I lose? How can I lose? How can I lose? I was a gang. Cause they gon' shoot. Me and Trevor in the coupe. Paparazzi, this is your roof. Yeah, see your vision loose. I'm in LA with the views. I'm in LA with the booth. We only bust in the job. It's way too late to decide. Driving the most of my life. Better not fuck up the vibe. Running this shit with a shot. And you know my game fly.
I'm with the gang. Boys hopping out of coops.
What's good, yo? We back, RTTV.
What up? What's good, man? We back, RTTV.
Gang.
It's so funny. It's hilarious. It's funny. Don't touch me. But yo, man, so this is a video I've been seeing a lot about, man. Like, it's got 27 million views and shit. I ain't never seen it. I just got a lot of requests, like the DMs about it. So we're gonna check it out, man. It is, hold up. The Machine, Bert Kreischer, The Machine.
Bert Kreischer.
Yeah, the Mafia, Russian Mafia story, man. So it's your first time, man. Definitely won't be your last. Make sure you kill, murder, and
smash
that subscribe button, man. Patricrt, y'all already know what it is, man. Check out that Patreon. We got full and early reactions, a lot of list shows. The link is down below. I really did it, bro. I'm telling you, bro.
Yo, make sure you like this video. Let us know you're rocking with the content, and make sure you have that notification bell off for comedy playlists.
And make sure you guys follow us on Twitch, RTTV5, where we react to some of your favorite movies and TV shows live on Twitch. You also get to see these guys get busted in video games, so make sure you follow and subscribe RTTV5 on Twitch.
Yes, sir. Let's get into it, man. The Russian Mafia story.
When I was 22, I got involved with the Russian Mafia. Here's how it happened. I went to school at Florida State. I was not a very good
I
student.
still got no shirt on.
I was there like 7 years. I was there in most of the 90s.
Super senior.
I was in college longer than grunge music was around.
That's why
grunge music.
So, this is how bad of a student I was. One time, I signed up for a Russian class thinking it was Spanish, and it took 3 classes before I realized, I don't think this is Spanish. So I got to leave the teacher, who was hot. He definitely worked out. I'm kidding. It was a girl. It was a girl. And she was hot. She still is hot. She stopped me. She goes, don't go anywhere. I need 14 kids to teach this class. You're the 14th. I need to teach this class in order to get my master's. So, if you sit back down, you don't have to do anything all semester, and I'll just give you a C. I was like, Spootzia, bitches, I'm back.
I'll be like, yo, make it a B, yo, we gotta do.
Russian 1, 2, 3, and 4. Never learned Think about what I'm saying. I took 2 years of language. Took 4 semesters of my college career. 4 semesters. Russian 4 was taught in Russian. Do you have any idea what it's like to go to a class and sit there like an immigrant at the DMV all day? The end of Russian 4, same teacher pulls me aside. She's like, we're taking a trip to Russia. If you go, you'll get a minor. I was like, okay, hold on.
That's how I deal.
You know, I can't really speak, read, write, or understand the language, right? She's like, I'm fucking well aware of that. You gotta remember, I was taking tests in a language with which I was unfamiliar with their alphabet.
Yeah, the alphabet is completely different.
Any idea what it's like to take a test and make up hieroglyphics? The answer is star, circle, hashtag shoe. She goes, it doesn't matter. We need kids to make this trip happen, and if you go with all the classes you've taken and the ones you will take, dude, you will get a minor. And I was like, oh, that's all you had to say. Let's go to Russia and fuck some minors.
Whoa.
It was different minor, obviously. Learned that the hard way. So we went to Russia in 1995. Wow. This is when the mob ran everything, and they told us that our very first night. They sat the whole class down. They're like, listen, we have paid off the Mafia to keep you safe.
We got a
In
school
exchange
trip.
for our money, they give us 2 young gangsters. I'm in the room like, this trip just got fucking awesome.
Like, got a trip.
The word for gangster in Russian is banditi. They go, these banditi are gonna live with us.
I was like Creole, like
We're
bandit.
gonna walk you back from class. We're gonna take you on field trips, walk you back from field trips. Do not speak to them. They're in the mafia. Do not look at them, do not engage them, do not interact with them. I was like, well, they're gonna be my best fucking friends. So the first night I grabbed a bottle of vodka and a 6-pack of Baltica, which is our local beer, and I planned a sentence. I was gonna say, Здравствуйте, меня зовут Bert, очень приятно. Я работаю кошка.
What the hell did you say?
Does anyone speak Russian in here? I love that someone says no. No.
None of
I
us.
did a head count earlier. It doesn't look like it. I'll tell you what the sentence says. It's a badass sentence. I worked all day on it. Hello, my name is Bert. It's very nice to meet you. I work pussy. Kind of. It really means I work with cats. I didn't know the fucking language. What do you expect? It doesn't matter, because the second the door opens and I'm face to face with a real Russian gangster with the wife beater and the tattoos, with the track pants and the cigarette.
That's all it
He stares me up and down. A frat boy from Florida State. I was wearing a fanny pack. He just looks at me and goes, "Stole!" I fucking panicked. And everything I had planned on saying flooded out of my head. And all I said to him in Russian in his doorway was, "I am the machine." And he started laughing. He goes, "What did you say?" I was like, "I'm the machine!" He grabs me and he goes, "Come in and tell my friends." Brings me in a room full of 9 Russian gangsters drinking and smoking and just goes, "Stop! Tell them what you said."
Say that shit
I'm
again.
like, "Fuck it. I'm the machine!" They looked at each other, looked at me, and they're like, "Fuck it. He's the machine!" And I became the machine. And these guys loved me. Yes.
Crowd's all proud of that nigga.
You gotta realize though, the reason they loved me is I went shot for shot with them that night, all night long, until like 4 in the morning.
That's what you would do,
But all I knew
man.
how to say the language was, "I'm the machine!" And I fuck cats. So, we did everything together. We, like the guy that answered the door, his name was Igor, he was like my best friend. We did everything
Shots
together. We
Island.
ran a pool hall scam, we stole a boat. It was literally the best summer of my life. And then one day, the whole class is taking a trip to Moscow. It's an overnight train trip. And I say to Igor, I go, "This is going to be a blast. We got to be in the same cabin." And he goes, "I can't go." I said, "Why not?" He goes, "Different mafia runs train, different mafia runs Moscow." I said, "Well,
Oh,
what
shit.
does that mean for me?" And he goes, "Don't worry. I set up banditi. I tell them about you. They'll take care of you." Sure enough, we get to the train station, and he introduces me to my 2 new gangsters, Igor and Igor.
Oh,
And he
God.
says to me, he goes, "Guys, this is the machine. If you give the machine vodka, you'll have a great time." The big ear of the 2 Igors looks like a kid on Christmas. He's like, "Oh, I can't wait to play with the machine." He grabs me and he goes, "The machine doesn't sit in coach. The machine sits in first class with us." I'm like, "That's
It's
not what
lit.
I'm talking about."
Fucking lit.
We go to first class and it's pimped out with booze, food, and here's the real gangster part. Second the train takes off out of the station, everyone that works on the train comes in to pay their respects. The conductor walked in, rips off the stars and stripes to his shirt, places them on my lap, and goes, "This is a present for the machine.
Get the fuck out of here.
It would be an honor to do a shot of vodka with the machine." I'm 22 years old thinking, these machine stories might have gotten out of control. We drink all the booze in an hour, and Big Igor stands up and he goes, "Machine, we go to the bar cart to get more vodka." I'm like, "Fuck it, I'm the mob, I'll do whatever the fuck I want." We roll to the bar cart like a big dick in a locker room, just, not that I've ever been that guy, but I've seen it.
This nigga's joking.
Smack! You know the look where everyone looks like, "Oh shit, okay. Oh, someone's here, okay, alright." Igor looks at me, and in Russian he says, "Machine, go behind the bar and grab bread." In Russian. And I understood him. For a second I'm like, I'm fucking learning. I'm learning the language my way, not through flashcards and textbooks, but by joining the Mafia. I get behind the bar, I'm like, "Igor, I know what you said." He's like, "Go for your machine." Can the machine find cheese? And I was like, "See, cheese, I got it. Give me another one." He's like, "Grab He's like, grab the money. I'm like, huh? He goes, grab the fucking money. And I realized at that instant, we're robbing the bar cart. And I'm the one doing it, hooked on phonics style. I grab the money, walk out. Two of my classmates see me and they're like, you're in so much trouble. Go back to our first class cabin within 5 minutes. The head chaperone of this train trip, not the whole trip, just this train trip. She was an English teacher who did not speak Russian, who hated me before I robbed the train. She comes over to our first class cabin and swings the door open with that like liberal arts confidence, just. This shit is over. You're done. You're done. Stand up right now. You stand up. How, you're done. Stand up. And Big Igor looks at me confused, then smiles, takes a big sip of vodka, spits it in her eyes, and goes, no one talks to the machine like that.
Get the fuck out of here!
Shuts the door in her face and goes, fuck that bitch, this is Russia.
Wow.
Don't worry, machine, when it gets dark, we have a good time. I'm like, what the fuck are we doing when it gets dark? Reaches in his pocket, pulls out a ring of keys, and he goes, we're robbing the whole fucking train.
This nigga, he goes,
I'm a good person. I don't cheat, this is why, let me tell you, I don't cheat on my wife. I don't cheat on my wife because one morning, our whole family was in bed, the dogs, the cats, the girls, my wife, and we were just giggling, and it was pure, it was perfect. And I thought to myself, I don't ever want to screw this up. This is the most important thing. This is what life's about. And they got up to make chocolate chip pancakes, and I laid in bed and I said, I will never cheat on my wife. I had a conversation with myself. I said, if I ever get into a situation where a hot girl's flirting with me, or I think she's flirting with me, and it seems like it could go further, I'm just gonna cock block myself. I'm just gonna look her in the face in front of everyone and go, I don't cheat on my wife! Now, I may be wrong. She may not be hitting on me. She may throw a drink in my face, slap me, or I may be right. None of that matters to me. What matters to me is that I don't cheat on my wife because I've already had that conversation. Here's the problem. I never had that conversation about robbing trains. So when presented the opportunity, I thought I'd be like, not me, I'm gonna go back and work on my verbs. But apparently, when presented the opportunity, I'm the guy that's like, fuck it, let's start with my class. So we robbed them first. While they slept, if that makes it better,
that's
then we robbed the whole train. And if there's any consolation, we robbed me too. My bag was with them. And then we drank all night long. All night long. Like literally until 6 in the morning. Top 5 drunks I've ever been without throwing up in my entire life. We pulled into Moscow at 6 a.m. I'm pissed drunk. You ever been so drunk you're like, I know I gotta piss, but I can't find my dick?
Nah, I
It's drunk yet. Sun's up. I'm hammered. Door opens. Same teacher, not mad. Curious, right? She looks me in the eyes, smiling, and goes, I want to be the one to tell you they've alerted the police. And I look out, and on the platform, my whole class is standing there with a cop, talking. They're upset. They've been robbed. I get it.
I get it.
Apparently, they've never heard snitches get stitches. Big Igor sees this and is completely unfazed. He's like, don't worry. I talked to police for both of us. I was like, oh, thank God. He cracks a bottle of vodka. I'm like, I wouldn't bring that out to an officer, maybe. Lights a cigarette, walks out to the cop, who's taking a statement. The cop is taking a statement. Igor walks up behind him, grabs him by the arm, spins him around, and goes, fuck you! We fuck you in the mouth! Whoa. We fuck you in the ass! I'm like, stop with the fucking we shit! Now the cop is just staring at me and I hear him bark out, Pardon, good gay, which I don't even know what that means, but it doesn't sound like, you're okay, stay there! It is a come to Jesus moment where you know you fucked up. All I thought as I walked to the cop, who's standing up front of the class, I just robbed. Next to the gangster I robbed them with, my only thought was, this isn't how I plan on spending my second junior year.
My second junior
Gulag taking hot dicks to the throat. I get 5 steps from the cop, who looks impatient as shit. He takes 2 big ass steps, grabs me by the arm, spins me away from my class, away from Igor, pulls me right into his face, and he goes, "So, I understand you're the machine." Nice. Tonight you party with us. I was like, what? He's like, tonight you party with us, yes?
With us.
And I looked at him and I was like, wait, I'm not in trouble? And he gets so close to me, I can smell his morning cigarette, and he goes, no. Fuck that bitch, this is Russia.
That was fucking fire, yo. That was fire, yo. No bullshit.
That's strong.
Fuck this commercial, yo. Fuck this commercial. This is Russia.
Fuck this commercial. This is Russia.
That's gonna be my new thing.
Yo, how'd you feel about that, yo?
Fuck that bitch. This is Russia.
I enjoyed that. I feel like he's a really good storyteller.
Yeah.
Like that whole situation, like it almost makes you feel like it was real, even though I know it's not real. It's just like he said it in a real funny way.
Yeah.
And like he took like racial, Russian stereotypes of how they look, how they speak, their names, and he just made it all a part of the joke. It was fun.
It was genius. And it was 13 minutes, but I was like, I didn't feel like it dragged or nothing and shit like that. I enjoyed every point of that. Like,
Yeah, it was really funny. He even had the aggressive nature of like Russians because they describe Russians as people who are very, very direct. And they'll tell you shit. They don't sugarcoat shit. If they don't like some shit, they'll be like, listen, no, I don't like it.
Oh,
like,
rough.
you know what I'm saying? So it's like, yeah, it's crazy. He did his thing.
That was a dope story. Like he really put the whole
Cool story,
he
bro.
put the whole shit together.
Yep.
Like that was dope. Started with like, yo, I'm just taking this class. Then we take a field trip, and then I had to be the most intriguing field trip he ever took.
Yeah, I need like 15 Russian gangsters with me if I pull up to Russia, man. No bullshit.
Bandits.
Real talk, man. But it's your first time, man. Definitely won't be your last.
Nah.
Make sure you kill, murder, and that subscribe button, man. You got more stand-ups that you want us to do, man. Make sure you put it down in the comments. Much love to everybody rock with us. Patricrt RT. Shout out to the Russians.
Yo, it's a man, the myth, the maniac, Wilkins _RT. Fuck that bitch. This is Russia.
It's your boy Robcityrt R2H and Prince. Shout out to Russia.
It's only a good show.
Jelly, good
Yo, it's your
job.
boy Wells, the anime king. Follow me at Wells _RT. From now on, you guys are gonna call me Wells Igor.
Igor.
Yo, what's good, man? Everybody at DC. Follow me on Instagram, DCZ_WorldRT. Shout out Bert Kreischer, or however you say his name correctly, because I didn't see it and I can't read it because it's not on the screen. So yeah, shout out to him. He's hilarious.
Yes, sir, man. That settles it out.